See, David, I still rent in New York City.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about a touchy
Right.
topic.
I want to talk. It is very touchy. Like, how much should we spend on rent?
Before rent got crazy in recent years, Julia, the rule was less than 35% of your income, and that's gross, right? Yeah, your top line.
Yeah.
Like if you make $50,000 a year, 35% of that. That's become literally impossible in places like New York and San Francisco.
Yep, and some other big cities. And I've heard from friends and acquaintances that some of them, they spend half of their gross
And
income.
that's dangerous.
Yeah, that is really dangerous. Maybe you can get away with it if you're living in a big city and you don't have a car.
Which is a massive expense.
You don't have to pay parking, maybe, but I'm not really sure. I don't think that's great.
In fact, people who spend most of their take-home income on housing are called rent burden, and it's really a drag on their quality of life.
Yeah, because if you ask me, when you're looking for a place to live, I think it's really good to make sure you can afford it. Not just this month, but the next 12 months or 24 months.
And money's highly variable these days, folks. If you're working hourly and if, we have another shutdown, you have to consider that, of course. And for those of you who have, remote work options, you might want to consider moving somewhere cheaper if your lease is ending right now. And if your work can be done remotely, why not be open to new places?
Yeah, why not be open to new places? Check the suburbs. Check places that maybe you have
rural
overlooked
areas.
before.
Honestly, living in Midtown Manhattan right now, which Julie and I both do, we don't like it right now. I wish I could live in the country.
A little crazy.
So
It's
please
a little
consider that.
crazy.
And remember, it's a lot cheaper. And what is the eventual goal, Julie?
Well, to own a home. To own a home. So eventually you do want to buy. You don't want to pay somebody else's rent and then buy. You want to build up.
But there's a caveat to that, right? That might not be realistic.
Yeah,
right?
at where
Buying
you
here in
work,
New York is pretty
Yeah,
difficult.
so, a lot of our guests on our show, they would advise, especially now, look for elsewhere. Look for the suburbs, look for the rural areas, somewhere that is more affordable, because once you buy a house, that
And
is
be
yours.
open-minded. You might like it. You never know. The world is changing, but there's one constant.
Yeah.
Money is still a big issue. Look after your own wallet because no one else will do it for you.
That's right.